and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Alan here with the Renaissance Man Image Consulting, and today's video we're going to see how to make the 5 essential drinks every gentleman should know. So I'm here with Tom, our awesome bartender, and Tom's going to walk us through how to make the first drink, the Old Fashioned.
Yeah, of course. So traditional Old Fashioned, you need a nice bourbon. We're going to use a Knob Creek, Kentucky-based bourbon. It's going to be the only alcohol in the drink. We're actually going to start it nice and easy with some peels of the orange here. I'd like to get a nice big peel, so you got a peeler at home or get that right off. I like to put a couple in there. Just put that right in there in the bottom. Take a little bit of water. You're just going to put a dot of water in there. And then some sugar. And 2 dashes of bitters. Use your muddler. And this is really important. You're going to want to get the sugar, oranges, and the water all muddled in there real nicely. So you'd spend some time truly doing this, get it all nice and mashed in there. That's really what brings out the flavor in this drink.
Awesome. So is there a certain occasion where you would want to have an Old Fashioned?
You know,
recommend?
A lot of times people, it's a bourbon drink, so at the track is a good time. You know, going to the drink with your friends. Del Mar's in town right now, so that's a good spot to have an Old Fashioned for sure.
Awesome, guys. So when the races are in town, whip up a nice Old Fashioned.
So then I'm just going to take a scoop of ice here. I'm just going to put it in there after muddling that nicely. And I have a jigger here. You're going to want to, if you have this at home, if not, we're going to be using 2 ounces here to make the base of this drink. Most drinks use 1.5 ounces. If you're doing an old-fashioned martini, something neat, it's, you're going to do 2 ounces. Just going to put that in there. We're going to take our stirring spoon, just mix it up a little bit here. And a lot of people actually, the thing about Old Fashions that confuses a lot of people think that cherries belong in there, but a traditional Old Fashioned does not have cherries muddled in it.
Okay.
Sometimes you will go somewhere and somebody might do that, but a traditional Old Fashioned just has the orange and the sugar in the bottom there.
Awesome, good to know.
Yeah, and then we're just going to do a little peel on top for a little garnish. And what I like to do on this to get a little more flavor is just kind of throw it around the rim there. Awesome. Let that sit in there. You got your Old Fashioned.
Awesome. Let's try this bad boy out.
Cheers.
Amazing. Alrighty, gentlemen. So for number 2, we're gonna have a Cosmo Martini.
Yeah, of course. So Cosmo is a nice martini to have, especially for a lady friend over. They will love this drink. It's going to be a vodka-based drink. We're going to be using Tito's, very popular vodka coming from Texas. Excellent choice. We're going to do 1 ounce. We're going to do 2 ounces in the tin here. If you have a jigger at home, or you could use a cooking utensil at home if you don't have that. Something just to measure out 2 ounces. And then we're going to go over the triple sec. This is just an orange liqueur. And you're going to put about a 1/2 ounce in there. You don't want to do too much or it'll be real sweet. And you're going to take a lime, fresh lime, and we're going to just squeeze that whole lime in there. Make sure to get it nice and good in there. And we're going to take just a splash of cranberry in there, put our top on, shake it up. Garnish is going to be a lime. Make sure to give it a nice good shake, and we got your Cosmo. And if it's a really dark color, you put too much cranberry in it. You don't want to overload it with the cranberry. You want to make sure it's nice and light.
Awesome. So we're gonna give our manly drink to the awesome Scott Elliott. Scott, try this out. Let me know what you think.
Delicious. The ladies will love it.
There it is. Scott loves it. The ladies love it. Number 2. All right, guys, the 5 essential mixed drinks you need to make. Every gentleman needs to know. We're at number 3. We're here with Tom. And Tom, what's the next drink that we have?
All right, we're going to do a Margarita. Classic here, being close to Mexico here in San Diego. Everywhere in town has a Margarita. We're going to make it a little bit different than the basic margarita. We're not going to use triple sec, which is the orange liqueur. We're just going to use lime juice, agave, and tequila. We chose to use a Cazadores Blanco. This is a silver tequila. Really nice. Cazadores puts out a nice silver. A lot of good options. You could also do with a Repo or a Anejo, depending on what you like. The silver is nicer margaritas because it's nice and clear. The darker brown ones are nicer, more smoother for shots when it comes to margaritas. But some people do like the Anejo or Repo. They're a little bit more of a smokier flavor, where this one's more smooth. So we're going to start here with... we're going to go in here and just put 1.5 ounces of tequila in here. And if you have a measurement at home there. And we have this tin is filled with ice. We're just going to put it in here. We're going to take a 1/2 ounce of our agave nectar. And you can find this at the store, any grocery store. Throw that in there. And then we have 1.5 ounces of lime juice. Equal parts of the lime and the tequila there. We're just going to throw it in the shaker here. And you don't have to shake this one up. I just make it easier because I wanted to salt the rim for you with a nice presentation. If you make it in the glass, sometimes it gets hard to salt the rim. You know, so a lot of times people will do it and they'll make it, and then the rim will get all jacked up.
And now, is there a difference between the type of tequila that you use, the quality of the silver tequila that you use, and how the drink's gonna taste?
You know, any of the basic silvers, I mean, as long as you're going with one of the, premium brands, the silvers are, for quality for a margarita. That's what I like personally. Like I said, with the Anejos and the Repos, more of a smoky, oakier flavor. So it all depends on kind of what you're looking for. But when it comes to good silver, the ones that I like are Patron. My favorite is Fortaleza. That's kind of one of the upcoming tequilas. Also, Casamigos. I also have Avion, really nice. And Don Julio's been around for a while. And then everybody knows Patron. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, there it is, number 3. You got to have yourself a margarita. All right, guys, on to number 4 of the 5 essential mixed drinks every gentleman should know. All right, Tom, what do we got?
All right, we're going to go with our classic Manhattan here. Nice classic bourbon drink. I chose to use a Bullet, really popular right now. This is a regular. Some people do like the rye. Depending on the flavor you like. I chose the Bullet regular. I like this a little bit better, smoother. And we're using a Carpana Antica. This is probably one of the best sweet vermouths you can buy. A lot of flavor to it. And then we're going to be using just some bitters. They're going to be our main ingredients here. What we're going to do is take the bourbon here. We're going to do 2 ounces of bourbon into our little jigger. And this is tin filled up with ice there. And then we're going to do a 1/2 ounce of sweet vermouth. Just the right amount there. And we're going to do 2 dashes of bitters. And with the dash, just let it go in there. It seems like a lot, but just do the 2 full dashes of it. You're going to take your mixing spoon. Just going to fit it in there, and you're just going to swirl it up. And this one you're going to want to stir instead of shake. Just classic way of making it. I don't know really the reason behind it, but that's what you do with this cocktail. It just gets it nice and everything put together. And I like to give it a nice big keep going for a little bit here. So, and truly with the true mixing spoon, you're supposed to be swirling with it, kind of going with the grinds, letting them get all mixed up there nicely. It's probably good here. I like to get it nice and cold. I do have some regulars that come in that really want me to stir it up for a good amount of time. So all the longer you stir it up, the colder it'll get. You get some ice shards in there. Got my top here. I'm gonna garnish it with the cherry there, and we're gonna just put this on top. And Manhattan.
There it is, drink number 4, Manhattan. Cheers. All right, gentlemen, let's get excited. This is the last drink, down to number 5. We're having the French 75. Not a lot of people know what the French 75 is, but our bartender, the man with the plan, Tom, is gonna tell us how.
All right, excellent. So French 75, a real popular gin-based drink. It's gonna be topped off with some champagne. So we got champagne, we got the Bombay Sapphire we chose to use. Nice basic gin, and we got a garnish. We'll be doing a lemon peel for the garnish there. I also have some lime juice and simple syrup. So I'm gonna start off by using 0.75 ounces of lime juice. Just gonna put that in there. Pardon me, lemon juice. I've mistaken that. Some recipes use lime, but I use lemon. It's what you want to use. It doesn't make it as tart. I also have simple syrup. It's going to be a ½ ounce here of that. And we're just going to do 1½ ounce here of this one. We're going to give this a nice little shake. We're going to be using a champagne flute here. And we're going to be filling this up just like this right here. It's going to leave us just enough room there, hopefully, with the right amount of ingredients in there, to leave a couple rooms for about 3 to 4 ounces of topper of champagne on top. And then we're going to decorate it with a nice little lemon twist. Just like what I said, like to kind of twist it around there and just kind of float it in there.
French 75.
French 75.
So Tom, tell me, what's the best occasion for a French 75? When do you want to whip this up?
So I would think this is a good time to celebrate. It's got the champagne and bubbles in it, so really nice. It's also a nice drink for the ladies. It's if you whip this up, they're going to be impressed with this. Nice little drink for a special date or anything. Nice starter to kind of warm up the palate.
Awesome. Thank you. French 75, pinkies up. Cheers, Renaissance Man. Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. This is Alan Cortez with the Renaissance Man Image Consulting. Thank you for joining me. Stay tuned for more videos. And remember, if you look good, you feel great, and you give yourself permission to achieve phenomenal. By the way, check out Herringbone in La Jolla if you're around. Awesome, awesome place. Great seafood. My boy Tom, who was making the drinks, come check him out. Say hi. Great bartender. Catch you guys next time.
And I'm feeling